Hey, what's going on, guys? Thank you for making the decision to join us on another one of our adventures. Today starts us out celebrating this one's birthday.
Hi.
Today's Sarah's birthday. Everybody show her some love in the comments. We're gonna go have a bite to eat to celebrate her birthday, and then we're gonna go do what we do. We're gonna go play in some trash.
Why not? Mom. What? Yeah, we're gonna go check some dumpsters. I'm still.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna find some good stuff. Hopefully, we haven't been out in a couple of days, so see what happens. In the last clip you saw, I believe we were going to eat for Sarah's birthday. That's what we were doing. We ate for Sarah's birthday. We left immediately to go dumpster diving, and I mentioned in several videos back that the truck needed some front end work done to it. We were headed down the highway and we hit a bump, and the truck got this death wobble to it, just back and forth. So we had to put everything on hold, and we got that fixed. There were some blown out bushings for the rack and pinion. Before, you would grab the steering wheel and be able to turn it about, I don't know, almost half of a turn before you would ever start to move the wheels. But I got the bushings replaced, and it's tight, man, like a brand new vehicle. So pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty bad before. You were all over the road trying to drive the thing, so we got that fixed. We're gonna do some stuff around here at the house. We're gonna go plant those trees that we dug up at the river. We're gonna do a little bit around the house, and then we're gonna go out and go dumpster diving. So here we have our oak trees that we got from the river. What we did is we found a place where they were growing very shallow, and we just kind of pulled them up out of the ground and wrapped them in this this river moss to kind of keep it soaked up. And when you're doing this kind of thing with trees, I would say you have about a 50-50 success rate. You know, these things may die within the first couple of weeks. You may, you know, baby them for several months, and then they end up not making it. But we're gonna give it a shot and see. We're gonna be planting these at a rental house. We'll be long gone before these trees ever reach maturity, but you know, if we can drive past the house years and years later and see it coming up over the top of the house and say, hey, we planted that tree, that'd be kind of cool too. These trees were actually intended for the friend of mine I introduced you guys to in our other video, but he forgot them, so we're gonna just plant them here, I guess. This is what I'm going to be using to dig with. It's like a cultivator tool. You stick it in the ground and then just kind of turn it, and it breaks up the soil. Hopefully you guys can see. Just stick it in the ground like that and give it a turn. Fill it up. What are you doing, Miles? We got the trampoline off the fence too, by the way. We did that yesterday. We'll go back and have a look at that here in just a second. I'll show you the damage up close. So we've got our hole dug here. We've got our trees that's still wrapped up in the moss. Now the most important thing, if you're gonna try this, or if you ever find yourself trying to transplant something that doesn't have dirt around the roots, the most important thing is going to be the roots. As soon as you uproot the plant, you want to be sure and wrap it in something or bury it immediately, because the more air that gets to the roots, the more in shock it will be. So we're going to go ahead and take this one out, wrap that one back up. This is the taproot. If you find yourself digging up a tree, you want to make sure that it has the taproot. Without the taproot, well, you just won't grow a very good tree. And you want this thing pointed as straight down as possible. We're going to do it in the side like this so that we can kind of jam it in the side, and then we're just going to backfill. And this thing it may take off, it may do well, and it may not. It's just a roll of the dice, really. But it'll be fun to give it a shot. I believe these are bur oaks. They're one of the biggest of the oak tree family. So as long as we don't run that over with a lawnmower or the dogs don't eat it, we might just be okay. Now after we put it in the ground, we're going to water this in very heavily to give it the best chance possible. We'll do the others as well. Well guys, there she sits. That is what is left of our trampoline. So in the other video I said that I thought that the actual round piece and the mat would be okay. They just wouldn't have a safety net, but upon further inspection, man, it just snapped that metal right in half. And that's part of the actual structure for the mat, so it is scrap. But we do still have a good mat. And I think there's a lot of uses for these things. They're highly resistant to UV rays. I think they'd make a good shade. Does anybody ever use one of these things or have any ideas on a design for a shade out of one of these things? Let me know if you do. All right, guys. Got Stacy over here.
Driving to go diving.
Driving to diving. We got all the yard work done. We got the truck fixed. How is that, by the way?
So much better not doing all this when I'm trying to drive.
Yeah, it's kind of dangerous.
Very.
But we've got that fixed. Now it's time to dive. So let's see if we can find anything cool. Hopefully so.
We will. I have a feeling.
Do you?
I hope so.
You got a good feeling?
Yeah.
Okay.
We haven't been in like a while, it seems like.
Yeah, sorry for the lack of content as far as dumpster diving goes. Appreciate all the positive feedback on the other off-topic video we put up. That was kind of cool. Do something different and get a little bit of a positive response back. It's not something we're going to do on a regular basis, but you know, it's cool to know that you guys kind of enjoyed it.
Did you just walk over there and check it out?
It's probably been empty because the doors are closed. First one here, let's see. Got some big boxes. Can you guys see? Yeah, you can see good. Empty boxes. There's something in that one. Let's see. Just trash.
Nothing?
Nope. Nothing.
When you started leaning in there, I thought, oh cool, he must have found something.
There was a couple of boxes in there, but it's mostly a bust.
Oh.
But it's okay. We're just getting started.
That's true. On to the next.
Yep.
Which is
So far we haven't pulled anything at all, but we got a string of 4 here. Let's see if maybe there's at least some scrap metal. Bunch of boxes. Whole bunch of shoe boxes. Empty shoe boxes. More boxes. Ugh. Empty. Not a great start, I will admit. But usually when we come out, the hope is not to hit a grand slam, knock it out of the park. The hope is to find just enough to at least pay for the gas, right?
and find a grand slam.
Yeah, you can't always do that though.
No, you can't. That's just how it goes.
Going
the
out,
reality of it.
that's the reality of it. Going out, my goal is to find just enough to pay for the gas. If we can do that, I'm happy. Because it's funny the way it goes. Doesn't look good.
There are some cans way down at the bottom of the dumpster.
Really?
Just a couple. No, I can't reach them. The grabber's
Is there
probably-
like 1 or 2? Or is there
all
like...
I saw was 2 down.
Really?
There's probably so much more underneath all that stuff though.
Maybe we'll come back after hours and check it out. Or at least after dark.
9? Yeah.
We'll check it back on our way through. That's what we'll do. A little bit anyway. There's an old scale. Oh.
Alright, there's something to nothing.
Yeah. Let's watch Stacey eat a blizzard for a while.
Leave me alone. It's so good. It's hot today, 80 degrees. So I needed one.
Good day for a blizzard.
Yeah, very good.
All right, we're gonna keep at it and hopefully find something else. We'll see. Doesn't look like anything in there today. This is kind of a lousy dumpster diving day, isn't it?
Nah, it's all a matter of opinion.
She got a blizzard. She's happy.
Yum.
We got the dogs with us today, too. They're never coming again, though, because they're bad luck. Peeking that one as we drove by.
Looks empty from here.
Dang it. Good grief.
This is going to be impossible to even look in.
Good Lord. There's some scrap metal there, but as you can see, it's just way too full to dig.
Well, it's alright. There's some couple of cans right here.
Cool.
Oh my.
Let's go check the other one. There's a box over there. It's probably empty. Yeah. That would have been nice to find. Oh, it's crazy. That's just going to be too full to dig.
Scrap.
Yeah?
Or no, it's kind of light.
Probably blow out. Throw it back up though.
Yeah,
There's probably good stuff in there, but as you can see, it's just too full. Crazy, crazy. Well, they can't all be grand slams, guys. This is the reality of dumpster diving. Sometimes you just don't find anything.
That is crazy.
That is crazy.
You know what I noticed though?
Huh?
There's a lot of illegally dumped crap in there too.
Yeah, there's a bunch of that going on.
Oh yeah, in all of them?
Just in that one.
Oh, okay. That's what I noticed was like a bunch of household trash was in there. So. Oh well, that's alright.
It is what it is, man. It's just the reality of it. I think we might go try some curbside, yeah? Or no?
Yeah, might as well.
Or just be done.
Let's go see what we can find.
We'll
Set
go-
out for a few. Why not?
We'll go drive down a couple of
You never
streets.
know.
Let's see what's out there. We won't be able to fit a whole lot because we got a bunch of junk in the back of the truck.
Like always.
Like always. You know, because we're not professionals.
Aren't born that way.
That brings me to another point, man. All the negative comments and stuff like that. It doesn't bother me a bit. In fact, I find some of them quite comical. The way I see it, is this just it just goes to show that we're doing something right. Because if we weren't, well, we just wouldn't have any haters. So I'm cool with it. Let it roll, you know?
Yeah.
Bring it on. Be as mean as you want. Makes me want to work harder and do better.
Big mosquito out.
Yeah. Some scrap metal. That's about it, really.
What's that other thing over there? That black thing on the other side of that pot.
I don't know.
The other thing that's next to it too. Looks like the same thing.
It is. It's I really don't know. I'm not sure. You want to look at it?
Sure. Some sort of a radio player. That's what it is. It's a little radio because I see a tune.
Oh, okay.
Huh. Those are ghost feet.
Those must be the wires for them. They might work. Stacy says she thinks there's some kind of outdoor radio, but I don't know. We'll see.
What's your new find?
Not finding a whole lot curbside, really. So I think we're gonna call it quits here and go hit 1 or 2 more dumpsters. See what happens.
Hello.
Hey, I'm on the highway patrol. Hey, the reason for stop date: number 1, headlight out.
Okay.
Number 2, registration.
Oh.
You get driver's license and your shoes with you.
I think I
If
have
it
to
might be
do it
closer,
there.
you can do it. Yeah.
Okay.
But like I said, that's the reason for stop date. Those 2 things. Where's
Yeah.
the issue? Just gonna take care of it. Okay. Give me 1 second.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Morning.
Yeah.
Lucky. You should have left your bright lights on. You'd
I know.
Ma'am, I appreciate y'all's patience here.
Oh, okay.
And like I said, this here's a warning by signing
Okay.
this. There's no fines, there's no penalties.
Okay.
Hey, I appreciate y'all's
And
patience.
there's that.
Be safe.
All right. Thank you.
Let's go.
We'll lose.
That was real nice of them not to give us a ticket, huh?
Yeah.
Stacy's registration's been out for
Since February.
Jesus. Wow.
I should have left my bright lights on. We wouldn't have got pulled over.
Yeah, we got a headlight out, so she's been cruising around with the bright lights on because you can't tell as easy. As soon as she flicked her lights off, he flicked his on. Got us. All right, guys, that's going to be the end of the video. We didn't find a whole lot. We found some scrap metal and possibly a couple of things that are resale. Those speakers. So those speakers, I looked them up. They're outdoor speakers, and the only thing that it was missing is a central media hub that sends a signal to each speaker. For the main unit and the 2 speakers, they retail right around $100, so not too bad. Pretty good stuff there. We got a couple of chairs here for scrap metal, and not much else aside from that, really. But on a good note, Stacy didn't get a ticket for out-of-date registration, so that's a plus. We're going to get that taken care of so it doesn't become an issue again. Also, I want to say thank you to Lori V. She gave us a PayPal tip that provided gas for this trip, so thank you, ma'am, for that. With all that being said, guys, we love you, and we'll see you on the next video.